Crocodil, huh? Let me tell you what, Chris. I know a lot of people all over the world and all over America. I just called. There is no one in the United States that I know that knows where and how to get crocodil. That's from the Eastern Bloc. That's not something we even have over here. So for you to equate something that our substance abuse specialists haven't even seen here to Don, holy cow, he must have the conduit for crocodil. First, let me tell you the side effects of crocodil. The side effects of crocodil are that it makes the, I could be slightly wrong here, but it makes the injection spot or the epidural on the user scaly, hence the word crocodil. Now, Chris, I will tell you this, and I've never held this back from anyone. I'm an ex-intravenous user of about 10 years ago, okay? What you're seeing on his legs is not consistent with any sort of stimulant use, especially meth, okay? Let me tell you. The bumps on his legs, and I'm not going to say I'm a varicose vein expert. I am not. What I will say is I've seen it before. And it will have that protruding, veiny look. Also, if you look at the fortune teller Juanita's legs, I guess the two of them are involved in some sort of strange injection process strictly on their legs. Now, also what I will tell you, Mr. Chris, is this. The protrusions or the knots that you see on his legs would not be consistent with methamphetamines in any way. What that is consistent with the kind of look is skin popping heroin. That's where you distribute the substance underneath the epidural and it leaves a knot. I've never done heroin like that, so I don't know anything about heroin. But I do know from being around heroin users, it would be consistent with a skin pop. Which that is not. We know Don doesn't mess with heroin. Now, let me tell you this. Those track marks, sir, are the result of successful intravenous usage. What Don would have on his legs, Chris, are about 100 misses, unsuccessful intravenous injections on each leg. I don't think Don just started using drugs. If he uses drugs, he didn't just start yesterday. So what you would be looking at is someone that is so inexperienced with a needle that they couldn't hit a vein accidentally. Now, sir, what I will tell you, because methamphetamine was my drug of choice, when you miss shooting intravenous methamphetamine, you could get a knot, a boil like that. But what would follow immediately within less than 24 hours is a burning, like a boil, a pussy boil, a burn mark, right? That is deep, okay? That is nothing to do with meth, sir, at all. I'm guessing that you saw a recommended video from Vice News. It must have popped up in your feed because that's the only place you're going to hear about crocodil is from Vice News going to the Eastern Bloc and doing an expose. Right? So if Chris is an expert, he's not an expert at what it looks like to be a drug addict. Because he... What? Chris not an expert?
No.
Right.
That my schoolgirl was marrying my school.
Oh. Yeah, so you hear it from the expert.
Chris is my schoolgirl. I go to my school.
Chris is not an expert, guys. Not on what it looks like to be an intravenous user. Enough said. Remember, guys, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Hey,